Well, good morning and thanks for joining us here. It is Wednesday, May 27th. I'm Mitch Carter.
And I'm Casey Mason. Glad to have you here for our morning stream show. We're going to recap a couple of those top headlines to get your day started.
Yeah, and a 14 News update here, getting things kicked off. The driver arrested in a deadly crash case in Dubois County, now facing several new charges. 37-year-old Nathan Simpson was arrested last week. Deputies saying he was driving under the influence when he crashed into another vehicle on State Road 64. The driver of that vehicle, Dana Strohmeyer, was killed with two children inside of her car being taken to the hospital. During his first court appearance on Tuesday, prosecutors charged Simpson with 4 more charges, including OWI causing serious bodily injury. He's now being held on a $100,000 bond.
New out of Pike County now, deputies say that a man's relationship with a 14-year-old has now landed him in jail. Authorities say they got a tip about 36-year-old Brandon Roderick. The victim says that she knew Roderick from each other from church and talked on a phone app. While being questioned, deputies say that he admitted to knowing the victim for a few years, but only began talking to them a little earlier this year. Well, that's when authorities say that their conversations then became sexual. He's currently charged with child solicitation.
And another promise broken to pay Oakland City University employees. It's now been a month since they received a paycheck. Last week, President Ron Dempsey told employees the money to cover their first missed paycheck was expected to be dispersed yesterday morning. The email also said a separate transaction should have cleared and hit the funders' accounts by Tuesday afternoon. That would be used to cover the second missed paycheck. Employees tell us they have not been paid and have not heard anything from the university. We've also learned students there have struggled to get through to university officials to get their transcripts or ask about deposit refunds.
I'm talking with people, kind of keeping up with everybody, and a lot of people are just kind of left in the dust on, in terms of direction. And it's not their fault. It's just kind of the lack of information from the school.
President Ron Dempsey, currently the person in charge of registrar duties like transcripts. We've reached out to the university for comment and have not heard back, but of course we'll keep you updated here as the story continues to unfold.
That's right. And last little headline here for you today. A big traffic alert is going into place over in Owensboro. Just want to let you guys know about this here. Officials are going to be blocking Fords Lane to start work there on that roundabout in the area. Right now, drivers should just go ahead and treat this intersection as a 3-way stop. Officials say the work is expected to take 8 weeks before they reopen Fords Lane. This is part of the ongoing work officials say they hope will cut down on the amount of dangerous crashes in the area. That project there is expected to be completed by mid-November.
There you go. Right now, 8:33, coming up at 8:34 here on your Wednesday morning. A couple of headlines for you there. You know the drill by now. But for those joining us here, stick around. Coming up next is 14 First Alert meteorologist Michael Fecca in for Byron today to break down what to expect on your Wednesday forecast and the rest of your work week.
That's right. Thanks for hanging out with us. Stand by for Michael. He's coming up next. See you guys.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com.
Good morning, it's meteorologist Michael Fecca. Welcome back to the weather portion of the morning stream show. We're going to take a look at our weather headlines to start us off. We're tracking out very warm temperatures. It was a very mild start to our Wednesday, and it's also been fairly dry, but we are still going to be looking at the potential for some showers as we get into this afternoon and into this evening. And then those rain chances start to wane headed into the end of the work week and into the weekend. So finally breaking out of this unsettled weather pattern that we've been stuck in for the last week and a half. And looking beyond this week into next week, it also looks mainly dry and seasonable for us. So here's a look at our setup across the U.S. We've got this frontal boundary that's kind of parked over the mid-Atlantic down into the Ohio River Valley. It has been kind of wavering back and forth over the tri-state over the last several days, which is why we've had continued chances for showers and storms across the area. But once this makes its final pass through today and into tomorrow, we should be in general dry through the end of the work week. So here's a look at the radar, a little bit more zoomed in here. We can see we're not dealing with any showers. We had some of those showers and storms move through yesterday on and off throughout the day, and most of that action is now off to our north and to our west. But it will be sinking southward as we go through the rest of this afternoon. And we may even see some peaks of sunshine that may help juice up some of those showers and thunderstorms. But you can see they are very spotty. Not everybody's going to see that today, and most of us may even remain dry. Then as we go into tonight, those showers and storms will dissipate due to the loss of daytime heating, and then we'll see an increase in cloud cover overnight into Thursday. But we're not on any outlooks for severe weather, but if we do have any thunderstorms or downpours develop, there is enough moisture in the air for them to create some locally heavy rainfall. So there may be an isolated area of flooding with any heavy thunderstorm that develops, but that's not expected to be a widespread issue. Outside of showers and storms later this afternoon, we are going to stay on the warmer side. Temperatures top out in the lower 80s before cooling down into the mid to upper 60s overnight tonight, with mostly cloudy skies, maybe even some patchy areas of fog developing once again early tomorrow morning, but that should burn off pretty quickly as we go through the morning hours. And then we'll have partly sunny skies for our Thursday. Temperatures will be back up into the mid 80s. So a very warm day for our Thursday as well. And our rain chances continue to decrease through the weekend and into next week. I do think most of us will stay dry outside of a few spotty showers for today through the end of the work week and into next week. So this pattern that seemingly didn't have an end in sight is starting to back off slowly. So here's a look at the longer range European model. High pressure will build into our north tomorrow and into Friday. That sends this stationary front farther to our south, but it will still be close enough to where you may get grazed by a shower or a storm across portions of western Kentucky through the end of the work week and into the start of the weekend. But again, most of us are going to stay dry here. And then by the time we get into next week, that's going to push way off to our south, completely dismantling that stationary front. And then we should be dry through much of next week, with high pressure continuing to build in from the north. So our rain chances will finally start to come to an end. So outside of just rain, we are going to notice that dew point starting to come down as well. It's been very muggy and humid here for the last couple of days, but once that boundary dips to our south, it is going to feel rather pleasant out there with drier air coming in from the north. And that will also help cool us down slightly by the time we get into Friday, topping out in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees, and then we'll hang out in the lower 80s through the weekend and into the start of next week, with the return of full-on sunshine by the time we get into Monday and Tuesday. So let me take that full
Stay connected and stay informed.
Excuse me, there you go. That's the better full screen. But yeah, we're just tracking out a few spotty showers this afternoon, nothing severe, and then we should stay mostly dry to round out the work week and headed into the weekend. That's all I've got here for the forecast. I'm going to hop off the live stream and send you guys over to 14 News at 11 and noon with Art and Gregory. Of course, we'll be back here again at 2:30 this afternoon for our news and weather update. Until then, everybody stay safe and have a great rest of